Okay, so it seems like sentience is the bright line for you. You want to divide the circle of what we're calling the moral we, or the morally protected, from at the line where sentience occurs, more or less. So why is sentience so important? I mean, is it just because pain is the only intrinsic bad, or pain is just so bad that we should try to prevent it at all times? Or, well, I mean, some philosophers like Foucault, tells us that we're just averse to pain because we're so coddled now in this contemporary antiseptic environment. We think pain is this horrible thing, but in fact, humans have dealt with pain for many centuries, and it hasn't always been thought of as the worst thing. And so why is pain so bad?
Well, I think pain, I think sentience is more than just about pain. Okay. And that what for me sentience means is the capacity to have a subjective experience. And that means that you have interests. So if life can go well for you or badly for you, and you are in the world, you are of the world, I guess, rather than just in it, then when somebody can harm those interests. So you might have an interest in being with those you love, and someone can take away someone you love, and then that would harm you. Okay. Whereas if you're just a plant, for example, then there isn't really a you there to have interests. So we might say that it's wrong to destroy the plant because we're taking resources away from others or something like that. But that it's not that the only imperative is not to cause pain, because I think it's wrong to kill also, even if you do so painlessly. Okay. But that once someone is capable of having an experience of pain, of pleasure, of anxiety, then that's someone there who has interests, and then we have an obligation to respect those interests.
So what's the connection between sentience and interests? Because you might think the plant surely can flourish or not flourish. Most of my plants don't flourish as much as I try to help them. Don't they have an interest in being watered, being fed, growing, flourishing, propagating?
I don't think I would describe it that way, because there's no one there who wants to flourish. And so you can say that, yes, of course, a plant can survive or not survive, but that there's a difference between being alive versus being somebody in the world. And that for a plant, that yes, you can, your plants can do well or not, and you can enjoy them and feel badly about their not flourishing. But you probably don't feel guilty toward the plant.
So sentience makes for onehood, or not exactly
or someonehood, or
someonehood,
and you could describe it as personhood or moral personhood, or some way in which you have interests, and so I have violated my obligations to you, and that there might be something in the world that's beautiful, and we don't want to destroy it because we all have an aesthetic sense, but we haven't violated interests of that thing. It's sort of the difference between in the old days where you had to pay money if you killed someone's animal because that was livestock, right. And that's you're harming the interests of the owner, right. Whereas taking account of that animal is saying that animal has interests too, in a way that the grass doesn't.
So are you willing to use the word person then for anything that's sentient?
I think that it can be useful to say moral person. I think it's not necessary. For some people it's confusing because a person is a human, and it's just confusing to think about someone being a person without that. Although I'll say that if you talk to children about, before they've kind of drunk the Kool-Aid of speciesism, I guess you could say, they'll say things like, well, my dog is a person too. How can you kill, and I've heard people say, why do they want to kill the deer in our community? They're people too. So,
well, I mean, and religious people traditionally think of deities as persons, right?
Yes, yeah. So we can have a more expansive idea of person, but it's not always helpful for people if they think of a person as meaning human. Then it's confusing, because then you're saying, oh, you're saying that a dog is a human, and it's certainly not saying that.
But you just mean someone with moral standing.
Yes.
Yeah.